Hey everyone, welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes. It is the weekly live stream here on my channel, which we gather around the modern day campfires of our computer screens and iPhone screens and talk about all things geeky that happened in the past week. I am Terry Smith, the host of the show, and I've had very little sleep. So let's just hope that this coffee that I have here and this tangerine juice that I have here, the dual swords of caffeine and sugar, will keep me going throughout the course of this live stream, which has a tendency to go as long as 2 hours. Try to go no more than that. So settle in, coffee up, grab your beverage of choice, grab a snack, morning snack, breakfast if you will. Donuts are always smiled upon on this live stream, although I stopped eating them myself for obvious reasons. Looking at you, Belly. And so, without further ado, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Obviously, the Mandalorian season finale was chef's kiss good. I think it was everything that even all the detractors were looking for in season 3 of The Mandalorian, which I just want to reiterate, I felt was perfect from beginning to end. If you look at it as a single package, as just one 6-hour-ish movie, then it's just gorgeous. It's just perfect. I love it so much. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Also, today I'm going to be finally unboxing and posing up live here the Axe Woves 6-scale figure by Hot Toys. That's right, Axe, I've got to admit, was really on my list of people to betray the Mandalorians in the season finale. So sorry about that, Axe. Sorry that I doubted you. So glad that that didn't happen. You're a really awesome character, and I really didn't like the idea, but I feel like the creators did a lot of really, I don't want to say deceitful, but I will, things to lead us astray, to make us think that somebody was going to betray the Mandalorians during that season finale. I know that I'm not alone in this, so we can talk about that. You can let me know who you thought was going to betray the Mandalorians, if anybody. And if you were one of the chosen few who didn't believe that, here's to you. And that's about all I've got today. There's really not a whole lot on my plate to talk about, but if you guys have something you want to talk about, feel free to shout it out in the chats, and we'll address it, because we've got plenty of time to talk. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them my way. Anything about 6-scale, anything about pop culture, or my thoughts on anything. Obviously, the caveat, as always, is that I can't talk about work, but there's plenty of other things to talk about, and behind the scenes stuff isn't really all that exciting, I gotta tell you. Anyway, so good morning to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and check out who we've got in the chats today. I saw we had a few people in there pretty early, including the wonderful Keith Lee. Is this your thing here? I can't actually click on the first comment because the poll is in the way. By the way, if you haven't noticed, we do have a poll. I'm pretty sure that it looms large on your screen in the chats. So who would win in a fight, Bo-Katan or Din Djarin? So far, Bo-Katan has a commanding lead of 67%. I expect that will last throughout the course of the show, but you never know. Everything went back and forth on last week's poll. So Keith Lee is here. Hello, Keith. Steve Nara is here as well. Hello, Steve. Lane Kramer got here pretty early and had plenty of questions and plenty to talk about early on, including the unboxing of Carnage for the not unsealed, man, if only, for the first look. So many video shows for the first look video of Carnage that I shot and edited for Sideshow. Yeah, that figure is amazing. It's as soon as I opened it up, I was blown away. I wasn't really expecting to be that excited about it, but I have to admit that I have to find a way to get that. I would really love to have it in my collection. Carnage has been one of my favorite characters of all time. I don't think you can see it back here behind me, but there is a Venom and Carnage art print from Sideshow Collectibles that's really great. I'm really fond of both those characters. Anyway, Terry Smith is here. That's good to know. I have to tell Lane that I did not, in fact, get a chance to pose up the old Venom figure. I would really love the opportunity to pose Venom 2.0. We'll see when that thing comes down the pipe. If they send it my way, I'll be happy to do a video for him. Bitter Troll is here. Hello, all the way over from Sun-hyung Lee's live stream on Bitter Asian Dude Inc. Good to have you here again. Welcome aboard. So you're scrolling down. A lot of conversation. Desmond Hassing is here. That's great, because I would like to get your take on the Mandalorian season finale. Brandy Woods has asked, is Grogu allowed in this fight? We're talking about the poll here. No, Grogu is not allowed in this fight. This is mano a mano with Bo-Katan and Din Djarin. CT603GM is here from the sunny state, maybe, of New Hampshire. What's it like there today? It's kind of chilly here. Yeah, I went outside today with the pups for first thing in the morning, and I could have used a jacket. Did not have one. Oh, who has the Darksaber in this fight, if anyone? I'm gonna go with no Darksaber. No Darksaber. No Darksaber. One of the worst things about the, one of the things that I dislike, about the Mandalorian season finale is that my Darksaber is no longer screen accurate. That's right, no longer screen accurate. It's still minty fresh. So, or maybe I just get to rule Mandalore. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that. Although with all the Mandalorians wanting to fight me and for the possession of the Darksaber, I don't know, man. I'm not much of a fighter these days. My bones break too easily. Let's see. Brandy Woods is here. Kumar is here. Hey, Kumar. Welcome aboard all the way from the other side of the world. Staying up late, obviously, to hang out with us. That's really, really cool of you. Pierre P is here from Florida. Hello, Pierre. Gosh. Rob Parisho is here. Hello, Rob. Good to see you. Laura Keeles is here. Dobby's barking at something. I'm protected. Yeah, you're a good boy. I know. I know. It's true. Y'all love Dobby, right? Everybody loves Dobby. I'm gonna skip that track. All right, who else is here in the chats? Commander Green is here. Hello, Commander Green. Obviously, I'm gonna give my weekly shout out to my friend Harold, whose Instagram channel is really, really gorgeous. He's just an avid, he devours 6-scale photography these days, man. He's just, oh, hang on, I got a package. That was unexpected. Well, actually, it was expected. I just expected it later in the day. I got a package that I can't talk about. Good times. I can't wait for this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. Also, Fares Fayed is here. Hello, Fares. Welcome aboard. Yeah, we just became friends over on the Sideshow social media app. And if you guys haven't downloaded that, it's worth it. It's really pretty slick. I didn't expect that. I have to admit, man, I mean, social media apps I feel like are a real challenge. And I've got to admit, man, I really had my doubts as to whether or not Sideshow could pull it off, but it's a really slick, really streamlined app, really easy to navigate, and it works really, really, really well. So go check that out. Hop on there, join us, chat, share stuff, share all your geeky goodness on there. I've already shared one post. I plan on sharing more as I create more content. I don't think I can share things like this live stream on there or more stuff on my personal YouTube channel. Not sure if that's allowed, but it's still fun. It's still fun. Let's see, who am I missing? I didn't finish Commander Green's Instagram channel. Go check it out. Really love looking at his stuff. TK421 is here, one of my favorite YouTubers, because he's just so goddamn excited about all things 6-scale. His joy at every collectible he receives is palpable, and it's really infectious as well. In fact, I'm gonna have to say that I kind of blame TK421 Collectibles for my recent resurgence into the realm of purchasing 6-scale figures. It's your fault my wallet is lighter, TK. Thank you so much. Allison Lee is here, the other half of Keith Lee. Welcome aboard. So I've got 2 Lees in the chat today from the same household. How do you guys do this? Is one of you in one room and the other in another room, or are you guys both sitting together on the couch watching this thing? Let me know. We're supposed to be going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 together, but it turns out that I have a conflict, so hopefully you guys will be able to reschedule. If not, understandable. We'll catch up at another premiere at some point. Jen Edwards is here. Welcome aboard, Jen. Good to see you. I think I said hi to Laura Keeles as well, but I'm going to do it again. Hey, Laura. Welcome, 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 welcome. Allison Lee is finally caught up. Better late than never, Allie. Better late than never. I'm so glad that you were able to catch up, so thank you very much. Laura Keeles says the poll is tough. I agree. That's why I'm calling. I myself have questions as to who would emerge victorious. I know what my vote is. Looks like Bo-Katan has lost a little bit of her lead. She's down to 59% in the lead now from 67%. So we'll see. We will see. Oh, mighty huge jump in the chats. Looks like we have a lot of people in the chats today. So I'm going to keep on scrolling and seeing who's here. Looks like Bitter Troll thinks that it thought as well that it was going to be Axe Woves. I'm going to say that I told Guy that I thought it was going to be the Armorer. Yeah. Yeah. There's a great YouTube channel out there where some dude actually uses deepfake and it features, I'm sure many of you have seen this already. I posted a couple links to his YouTube videos on my channel, on my Facebook page. But what he does is he uses deepfake to have Obi-Wan and Force Ghost Qui-Gon and a resurrected, cloned, quote-unquote, Anakin Skywalker roasting every episode of The Mandalorian. They also do Lord of the Rings stuff and the Hobbit stuff. It's really, really fun. I'll try to remember the name of it at some point, or maybe somebody can post it in the chats if you actually know what it is, but it's really hilarious. And the one that they did for the finale of Mandalorian was really on point, and I enjoyed it a lot. So go check that out. Desmond, you're not wrong. Desmond says, strangely, the falling action in the Mando finale went back to feeling like video game writing. It really did, and I don't have a problem with that. I've always felt like there was so much of the Mandalorian that was video game-esque. Up to and including like every time he completes a task, he goes back to the armor and he gets an upgrade. I mean, that's just really the purest role play almost element of the show, and I welcome that. I kind of dig it. Also, kind of makes it a natural transition into an actual The Mandalorian video game. Yeah, think about that. Seamless integration of video game into The Mandalorian, or the other way around, whichever. Purge to Unite is here. A Carnage kind of Saturday. Yeah, a bit of a Carnage kind of Saturday. Actually, I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, that can be cool. Kind of wish I hadn't boxed Carnage up. I could break him out and show him to you guys and show you what he's capable of. There's just so much that it comes with. It's a very dynamic figure. Tommy K is here. Hey, Tommy. Oh, God, I don't want to rob Paul, but everybody on 3. 1, 2, 3. Be silent, Thomas. Yeah, I'm much more polite than that guy. Yeah. CT603, that episode wrapped up all 3 seasons nicely. I completely agree. You got a nice 3-act play there. I kind of felt like it may be a stretch, but I kind of felt some kinship with the Dollars trilogy, Sergio's Dollars trilogy. The whole thing went really super epic in the 3rd season, and I know that a lot of people found fault with that, but I did not. It starts small. He just started out really small, this bounty hunter western sort of a vibe, and it got increasingly epic as the show progressed. And now we're back to just in a very Clint Eastwood, the way that he went out, the last shot of him propping up his feet, that was a very Clint Eastwood-esque foot propping, if I dare say. Really, really cool stuff. Everybody seems to be... Dude, yeah, seriously, crushing the Darksaber. But it works, right? Because I love the symbolism of it. Or the symbolism of the symbolism. Do away with the symbolism. It holds you back. It holds you back. You don't need a trinket, as Moff Gideon said, to unite a people. You don't need it. You just need to work together. Mandalorians are stronger together. Steve Nara has a really stupid question, apparently. Does the Armorer figure have a jetpack? No, it does not. That is not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. What's that from? South Park. Right, Mr. Garrison. Yeah, it does not have a jetpack. More's the pity. She did not have a jetpack in season 1, so the figure did not come with a jetpack. That should not dissuade you from getting the figure, though, because it is really, really glorious. Who am I missing here? Luis is here. Hey, Luis, welcome back. Those Mando riders like to piss off collectors. Boy, do they ever. They all buy a Razor Crest, they blow it up. People buy them Darksabers, they break it. Next season, they're going to cut his helmet in 2. Spoiler alert. I know nothing. Randy Woods knows. Let's see. Who else am I missing here? Is this everybody? James Robinson is here. Mando has always been about 2 dudes playing with their Star Wars action figures. If that isn't if that isn't accurate, I don't know what is. I love that meme of the two kids playing with their Star Wars action figures in the old school catalog, the Sears catalog ad, and it's like Dave Filoni and oh my God, John Favreau. Sorry, John, if you're watching, and why wouldn't you be? I actually sing that in my head every time I say that, Keith. Yeah, we don't, but I don't know the song well enough to sing it properly. Yeah, I've only watched the movie once, and I think I might have been drunk. It's possible. Yeah, I would even call it likely at that time. Yeah, I thought there might be. I thought there might be a post-credit scene, and I really thought that it would be Grand Admiral Thrawn. I just have to say right now that I have watching The Mandalorian Season 3 has been a very humbling experience for me. As I brought up in previous episodes of this live stream, back in the early days of Disney, I predicted so much, so accurately. I predicted basically the entire plot of not The Last Jedi, of The Force Awakens the day that it was announced. The day that it was announced, I actually wrote a treatment of it and posted it on my Facebook page, but Facebook did away with the whole notes thing, so you can't find it anymore. But many people have seen it. Many people can back me up. Look at that. I sound like Donald Trump. Many people are saying that my predictions are very accurate. Accurate. Anyway. Allie's on the phone. Dude, I'm so excited for Evil Dead Rise. I'm so excited. In fact, I may actually try to make time to go see it this week. I have a very busy calendar this week between stuff that I have to do for work and social stuff in the evenings. I've got a thing tonight, trivia night in one of my hometowns. And I also have a movie night tomorrow night with some very dear friends. So it's I'm pretty packed. I don't think I'll be able to get to it, but that's probably fine. I prefer to see movies through the week anyway. Commander Green agrees with my assessment of TK421's collectibles videos. Yeah. Seriously. I can't get enough of them. Commander Green is asking you all to hit that thumbs up. Yeah, do that for me, would you please? I'm really bad about doing that. I should even start doing it in the pre-recorded videos that I do. Not that I'm doing pre-recorded videos anymore. Apparently I haven't done one in I don't know how long. I think the last one was for the artillery stormtrooper, and that was ages ago. That's going on a year, I think. All right, let's just pretend. It's a good point. Din would never fight Bo-Katan, but for the sake of the poll, pretend that he would. Everybody, okay, Commander Green is, that actually should have been the poll. In fact, I might end this Bo-Katan poll shortly and start another poll. Who did you think was going to win? Or who did you think was going to betray? Yeah. They did it to themselves. They talk about this in that aforementioned deepfake video that I told you about. It's really good, people. Check it out. Charlie Hopkinson, that's his name. Charlie Hopkinson is the name of the YouTube channel. It's so much fun. In fact, I spent so many hours this past week just watching his stuff. It's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. I agree. That's interesting. Up to and including the whole thing that my thought that she might be. I can't remember the name of the character from the Clone Wars who was one of the right-hand man of what's his nuts. Not Fen Rao. The bad one. Yeah. Why do I always forget his name? It's good to see that actor back in Star Wars. I like that guy. Connor's here. Hey, Connor. Welcome back. You think the spy still is Cosca Reeves, or you think that you thought that it was Cosca Reeves? That would have been the biggest blow, I think, to Bo-Katan especially, because those two I gather were pretty tight. More polite than a Canadian. Short-term memory is a problem. I'm going to a barbecue and going to go carnage on that food. Boy. I haven't been to a barbecue in so long. So long. It's probably been a couple of years. Plus, wouldn't it be appropriate if Sasha Banks is the one who turns heel? I don't know enough about Sasha Banks to know why that would be appropriate. I mean, I know she's a fighter, right? But that's about all that I know about her. Reference heal. Okay. Anybody else new in the chats? Do I have everybody? Oh, Bad Wolf Media is here. I just saw him flash by as the screen jumped. Hated missing the live, but I'm currently freezing to get shots of a local color run. Oh, you got snow falling. That's amazing. Wow, that's really cool. Good for you. Where's the... Wow, it's really snowing up in northern Illinois. That's exciting. It's like sunny. It's totally sunny here and a little bit chilly, sure, but it's not unpleasantly so. Boy, the Club 6 skill is in full effect today, right? I was hoping for more chill music today, but and I guess this is kind of chill, but still. That's I love this. I love this enthusiasm. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I think that it really blew my mind, dude. I'm a fan of all things epic, and so for it to actually escalate itself to the next level the way that it did, to become from... He went from this minor player in the galaxy, just kind of low-key flying on the radar, under the radar, to playing a huge role. It's kind of the maturation myth. That's pure Conrad. Hey, Ollie West, good to have you here. Is this your first comment? I don't think I've seen you before. Mike Games is here as well. It almost felt like a series finale, not a season finale. That's part of what I liked about it. I think that they are going to have a Mando season 4, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. I know, man. I don't do impressions well at all. I don't. I try, though. Jin, I did it just for you. I heard you last week, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll make that sacrifice. Since I'm always falling behind on the chats anyway, it's not like I need that instant turnaround on my comments. Steve Rosen, did you think destroying the Darksaber was a waste? Again, like I said earlier, the symbolism of it was really on point for me. You remove that element from the equation. The Darksaber was a divisive element in the Mandalorian culture. People were fighting for it. It became these, as something like that is the symbol of a ruler, can be used against the current ruler. It becomes something you challenge somebody for it, and before you know it, you've got a civil war. Because people are fighting over basically something that amounts to nothing. No, I don't think it was a waste. I think the Darksaber was a really beautiful element to bring into the lore in Clone Wars, in Rebels, and then in The Mandalorian. I think its mission was done. It has a history spanning thousands of years, and it was time to bring that to an end. They talk about it a lot all the way through the show, all the way through all the shows, how the worst enemy of the Mandalorians are themselves. And that really was the lightning rod for that sort of divisive culture. And without that, maybe they stand a stronger chance of remaining united as a culture and bringing their world back from the brink of destruction. And yeah, I know it was for all intents and purposes destroyed, but not all the way there. There's still space. There's still place. Oop, hold on. Another jump. Is that the song that's playing right now? I'm going to skip that. You're right. It does. Oh, this is much better. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go revisit the playlist and take out a lot of the stuff that's just more clubby, right? Kind of just like to chill. It's Saturday morning, man. It's not Saturday night. Lane Kramer's asking for the Carnage figure. And again, it's not mine. This is just a sample, an early sample that was sent to me by Sideshow to do a video with, and I get to send it back. But overall, what your experiences are working with the figure. And I just want to bring that up. There are you hear a lot of comments on, frequently you'll see comments like, when they post a first look video, there's frequently somebody that's just like, this is bullshit. How come I still have to wait another month for mine? It's not, the production line hasn't launched, man. This is an early sample, and that's what these are. They do this. How do you think that the photographers, the bloggers that they use to publish the photos, how do you think that they get theirs? These are just they send samples out to photographers. The photographers take the photos, they send them out to Hot Toys. Hot Toys does all the branding on them and then throws them out there when the actual figure is ready to ship out. I'm not revealing anything here. This is anybody who actually thinks about it can deduce this. This isn't something that I'm giving away. It's not a trade secret or anything like that. But it's the same concept. I'm just like an extension of those bloggers with the blogger photos. Anyway, I thought it was a perfect figure. I did. I didn't expect that. I'd worked with the prototype before. Prototypes are by nature imperfect, and it was very, very challenging. So I expected to have an equally challenging time when working with the Carnage 6 scale figure. Nothing. Had no issues whatsoever. We're just right out of the box. Everything was intuitive. The instructions did help, but I don't feel like I really needed them. All the keys are very specific. They've got like the keys, you can't put anything in upside down. Let's just say that. Fantastic figure. Everything just worked beautifully. And I would really like to have one. I don't think I'm going to be able to swing it. I've got too many Star Wars figures. But Kumar says Rook Cast, by the way. That's the name of the character who I think the armorer might be. Maybe not. I think they would have revealed it by now if she was, but still. Rob Pre-Show agrees that the closed caption is a great addition. The Hillary Stormtrooper. The Hillary Stormtrooper. I don't get it. Are we talking about the Beskar Stormtroopers that they were fighting all through? And why was it the Hillary Stormtrooper? Somebody explain. Yeah, dude, I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I was thinking maybe I should plant some stuff, and I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, my poor friend Scott Heinemeyer has planted a lot of his garden already, and I'm like, what you gonna do, dude? You got some work cut out for you today. That was as close as I'll ever get to a Canadian accent. Really? Really? All right. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, great. Then I will continue with the closed captioning, my friends. It will be a consistent thing going forward throughout this live stream every week. Yeah, I'd been told that by somebody that it was like a toss-up. Mando season 4, Rangers of the New Republic, 50-50 split. So yeah, good for Paul. Oh, that's gonna be so awesome. That's gonna be so awesome. Kumar brings up the Kanan move from Grogu on Shield of the Mando, and of course we did have he'd done that before, obviously with the flamethrower thrower trooper. Do I have? Oh, mine's up there in the other room. I was gonna break him out, but I'm not gonna walk all the way over there. I don't like this track either. I need to make a list of tracks that I need to take off of here. But yeah, that was beautiful and beautifully done. I gotta give a shout out to Rick Famuyiwa, man. He was on point with those last 2 episodes. And all the people that he's worked with have been singing his praises. It's remarkable to me because I remember seeing an interview with Rick Famuyiwa where he was talking about being recruited to do The Mandalorian, and he doubted himself. He was like, are you sure? Because this isn't what I do. You know, he's more of a really close, tight, interpersonal sort of a storyteller. He doesn't do these epic sci-fi adventure things. So they brought him on board from just doing like independent film sort of stuff. And yeah. Desmond says, there just isn't any nuance in wrestling Terry. That's right. You should never wrestle me with nuance. Wrestlers play only heel and face, so they are always switching back and forth over the years. Yeah, I don't know anything about wrestling, bro. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Except that I once wrestled Matt Hughes, the former world fighting champion. Yeah. We went to the same high school. Yeah. He was in my sister's class. And I wrestled him once. He kicked my ass. It was amazing. Just wiped the floor with me. And he was only in the 8th grade at the time. Yeah. Regarding the dark sober. Being sober can sometimes be very dark. I agree. Sometimes you need to destroy to create. I totally agree. Yeah. I think that that's wishful thinking, but who knows? Who knows? Little green friend. Oh, the Tar Vizsla story, eh? That would be something that I think would be really well told in animation. Am I right? Yeah, not necessarily live action, but I would love to see that Possibly in a Tales of the Jedi episode or two. I love that we're getting a second season of that. I do. I love it, love it, love it. And I think I had a list. I don't think I brought it up here, but I had a list of things that I would like to see. It's in my notebook over here, but I'm not going to dig it up right now. It's already 30 minutes in. Yeah. Oh, AJ Russo is here. Hey, AJ. Welcome. Yeah, Brandy Woods gets it. That's fair. That's fair. And I think that's why I have no problem accepting it, because as she is, the armor is just such an attractive character that I don't feel the need. I don't feel like we lost anything by not having a Rook cast reveal. Just let Rook cast be Rook cast and let the armor be the armor, and the two can exist simultaneously without being the same. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I love a good autocorrect fail, and that's pretty spot on. God, Hillary Stormtrooper. Hillary Stormtrooper does sound like a screen name. Should it be my screen name? No. I literally screamed when I saw Paulie's base on the screen in the last episode. Yeah, man. Yeah, we all love that guy. I was just like, I was giddy. I mean, I really, yeah, I dug it. Hello, Hot Toys Hotline. Welcome back. Yeah, I get that. Is that right? Is that true? I won't tell his wife. Woo! Awkward. Rebels had one of the best story arcs in Star Wars for me. Yeah, I just went through a big rewatch of Rebels, and it was a whole new experience for me, because I went directly from a binge rewatch of Clone Wars to a binge rewatch of Rebels. And for whatever reason, when I'd watched those shows before, I didn't recognize all of the differences in the artistic stylings of Rebels as opposed to Clone Wars. I mean, there were a lot of things that were imported from Clone Wars into Rebels, but it just, and I don't know if it's because since then I've studied more of Ralph McQuarrie's art, but I really picked up this time on all the McQuarrieisms, if you will, in the show, and it just made me appreciate it so much more. Yeah, it was really I don't want to say cathartic experience for me, but it was it definitely changed my perspective in a lot of ways, and I definitely had an all new appreciation for Rebels. I've always said that that Clone Wars is my favorite Star Wars storytelling medium, and it's still up there, but it's still number one. But I really feel like Rebels has really begun to push it a little bit. I just love it for the mythology that they created. I feel like the characters really jived right out of the gate. The dialogue between the characters felt very real, very on point. Everything just gelled immediately, which is not something that we got with the Clone Wars, which is to be expected, because Clone Wars was kind of an experiment when it got started. And so it didn't really, all the elements didn't really cohese until the last few seasons, especially in season 7. Yeah, 7. There were 7 seasons, right? 7. Yeah, we'll call it 7. Yeah, totally got it. Yeah, the armor is definitely not a spy. I will agree with you completely there. That's just something that is TK421 says, I think a lot of people confuse it with being made just for kids and therefore discounted, but Rebels is pure Star Wars stories. And it gets pretty dark. There's some pretty dark elements. I think that a lot of people dismiss animated storytelling as just for kids, and that's just some sort of preconceived notion that they acquired in childhood. Culturally, in other parts of the world, animation is much more broadly accepted. I'm looking at you, France. I'm looking at you, Japan. It's not limited by people's perspectives the way that it is here, and I feel like that's changing a lot. Thank you, Guillermo del Toro, and others for helping with that. Dave Filoni. Oh, good, another jump. I love jumps. No, we don't. Dude, I mean, I'll love to, Matt, but yeah, Allie, you did good. You did good. All right, well, let's check where we are here. Bo-Katan is still sitting at 57%, but Hot Toys Online thinks that's in error. He does always pull out the win at the last second, sometimes by the skin of his butt. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that didn't bother me at all, dude. In fact, I kind of liked it. Although I could see why some people might find it jarring. Yeah. Man, everybody's saying hi to Hot Toys Online, Hot Toys Hotline. Chats are all over the place, man. They're just jumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, dude, I totally agree. I can't even imagine what the next animated series is going to be. I mean, I know they're doing, you know, season 2 of Tales of the Jedi, and it's going to be great, obviously. But I'm curious to see where they're going to go after season 3 of the Bad Batch. Obviously, they have time to figure it out. They may not even know. Visions 2 does look incredibly cool. That's the only series that I haven't watched more than once. It didn't grab me the way the others did. Kind of, and the same for, and I keep forgetting about this, Resistance. I have watched Resistance all the way through twice, and I learned to like it, but it's definitely geared more for kids. But it had some really cool stuff in it too, especially towards the end. I feel like if it would have gotten a third or even a fourth season, then it may have grown in maturity along with its original target audience, which I kind of feel is part of the point. We saw What's-Her-Name do that with Harry Potter. The Harry Potter novels became more mature as the characters matured. Tangerine juice, man, is just next level. Marlon Braswell is here. What was your impression of the Hot Toys Carnage figure? You got here late, but I'll say it again. It was perfect. It's amazing. It is amazing. I saw a comment somewhere. Somebody was complaining about the single jointed elbow only being able to do 90 degrees. But seriously, double jointed joints on the knees and elbows, and that would have been extremely exposed and would have been very, very awkward. I feel like the only way to engineer that figure and make it look seamless as it does, is by doing the single joints. And I'm perfectly comfortable with a single joint as long as it doesn't in that case where a double joint would have been distracting for me. The single joint still allows me plenty of articulation to hit some really great poses with this figure, and it does it without sacrificing the illusion, without sacrificing the illusion of it not being an action figure. You know what I mean? Apparently I'm struggling with being articulate today. Not the first time that's happened. I was going to say not the first time that's happened today, but then that would make people think that I'm talking to my dogs because I live alone. Anyway. Yes. And again, like I just said, it feels like they always seem to mature the story as the seasons progress. And I welcome that. I think that's a very cool way to do it. It feels more, it creates kind of like a bond between you and the character. It's the main character, which in this case was Ahsoka Tano, also to a lesser extent Captain Rex. It was their show. Clone Wars was at the very least. Rebels was very much Ezra's, and to a lesser extent Sabine's. Of course, Kanan played a major part in that as, well, the wizard. A younger wizard, but still. Amber Racy's here. Hey, Amber, welcome. How's it going? I don't know if you guys know Amber Racy, but she's an avid collector, man. She buys some great stuff. I love watching her her geekiness unfold on Facebook. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Okay, let's see. We're talking about Dave Filoni here. Look at Avatar. I'm certain that's why Lucas handpicked him for Clone Wars. That show also started very childish, and look at all the mature topics and handled before it ended. See, that's interesting. That's interesting because during the pandemic, like everybody else, I tried watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I didn't get through more than an episode or two, and I was just like, this wasn't made for me. So I stopped watching it. But I have heard this kind of commentary before. So maybe I need to revisit it. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot on my viewing plate right now, and I find that my schedule is either becoming increasingly packed or I'm working slower because I'm getting older. Could be both. Could be both. Oh, you know, I haven't even looked at that. I haven't. Not a bit. Is it good? Do I need to check it out? Because I will. Christina Payne is bringing the pain. Hello, Christina. How you doing? Welcome. John is here. Hey, Mr. Imagination. How are you? I wonder how everyone who was so sure the armor would... well, contrite. Contrite. Yeah. Hope I never bump into her, because I'll have a lot of explaining to do. I've never been so wrong about so many things than I've been throughout this entire season of Mandalorian. Every single one of my predictions was proven wrong. I wasn't right about anything. I have not seen the Super Mario Brothers movie. That is a wait for streaming release for me. I will definitely see it when it comes out, though, because I hear it's great. A lot of critics say those who don't love the sequels are just those who can't accept a female lead. People like Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, and Jin do show the fan. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair comment. That's a fair comment, because I've been a vocal opponent of the Rey haters. Seriously. Like, I have a whole folder in my bookmarks just related to people who hating on Rey and gathering ammo to sling at them if it ever comes up in the commentary. No, it's not Rey. I think Rey is a very fine character. I love her to pieces. It was not Rey for me. I think that it was Rey for a lot of people, and that's their problem. That's their problem. They have to answer for that. They have to get over that. And that's just stupid. Okay, where are we at here? I think we're about at the end of the chats, which means I have to break out a figure and start posing. I'm only on top chat. Damn, okay. So I probably missed a lot of comments. Oh God, yeah, look at it. I've got a message. All right, cool. Looks like we're at the end. Yeah, that was kind of a cheap shot. Yeah. Dude deserved better. Although, you know, I think that, from what I understand, they weren't planning on doing very much with Rey, with Finn, with Poe. They were planning on those being the main characters for the first movie, and then they were going to have all new characters for the second movie. So that shifted with the popularity of those three characters. In fact, I think Poe was supposed to die. Yeah, Poe wasn't supposed to make it through. Dude, seriously, yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I gotta get things out of the way. Look at this guy. Let's check the focus on this camera. Oh, look at it. It's working today. Take that, Mike. Yeah. I've wanted this figure for a long time. I've had it for a while now, but it's the first time that it's actually been on the screen. This is Ethan Mon, the one of Jabba's people. I don't have a lot of 3 3/4 inch figures, so I'm very selective about which ones that I buy. That's right. Yeah, Steve knows. Steve knows. I'm going to try to clear some space on here because I think it's time to start breaking out toys. Actually, I got a bone to pick with our friend, Paul Sun-hyung Lee. Yeah. Yeah. He's, this is the man who's, you know, avid collector, big nerd, has one of the most fun YouTube shows on, live stream shows on YouTube for collectors, and frequently has accused me, either privately or publicly, of being the devil on his shoulder, of being an enabler. And I have to say that as of today, debt paid, Paul. Debt paid. You have done it for me. Because he's been talking a lot about micro galaxy squadrons. And also my friend Greg Cook over at Greg Cook Photography. And if you're not following that channel, if you're a fan of just toys in general, toy hunting, go check out Greg Cook Photography because he's really on point. He's this amazing boy from Tennessee. He has such a passion for toys. He's also gotten into 3D printing, so he's creating helmets on his own. He's creating armor on his own. It's really an enlightening channel to be watching. I've learned a lot by watching his show. He has a week. Oh, used to have a weekly. I haven't seen it lately, but he had a weekly Saturday morning live stream called Toy Talk Table Therapy, where he goes out to like a mall with a friend and they just sit there at a table in a mall food court and just talk about toys. And then they do a little bit of toy hunting too, I think. So it's worth checking out. But he also recently did a thing on Micro Galaxy Squadron, which led directly to me buying my first Micro Galaxy Squadron ship. I think this might be an Amazon exclusive. It is the Moonalinst 10 LAAT. And I'm going to go ahead and open it on screen because I saved it just for you guys. Just going to go ahead and come up here and make sure, because I can see that a lot of comments just popped up all of a sudden as soon as I caught up. Huh. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he totally gets the sequels. I'm right there with you, TK421. I really dig the sequel figures. I have so many First Order Stormtroopers. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to part ways with some at some point, just because I just don't have room for them. What do I have? Like, I don't know, 8? I have at least one of every First Order Stormtrooper, and I have 2 of the 2-pack of the Snowtroopers, First Order Snowtroopers, which are beautiful figures. Great. I mean, I'm talking about from the perspective of the design of the figure itself. It's just lovely. I mean, it's has such presence, both on the shelf and in the films. Uh-oh. Just knocked over Piper's eye drops. All right, so with these, you get 3 figures. It's not going to work now, is it? There we go. You get 3 figures, 3 tiny little figures, and they are posable, as it turns out. You get a clone pilot, you get Commander Appo, and you get a clone lieutenant, an ARC clone lieutenant, which is really kind of cool. You can have those guys hang out in the little doorway. So how easy is it to get these out of the clamshell without breaking it? Big concern here. Not bad. Okay. Now, as we've seen in other shows, looking at you, Paul, these guys... Now, I want to say, I'm not sure, and I actually went back to look, but I didn't see it. I want to say, I know that I've seen this ship, this particular design, and I want to say that it was from... Look, these things come separate, and you actually have to install the wing. I want to say that this ship comes from the Gendy Tartakovsky. Is it Gendy or Gendy? I feel like it ought to be Gendy. Tartakovsky Clone Wars, the little web series that was published. It basically started the Clone Wars off. Man. Very, very hard to get this in without breaking things. Oh, got it. Did I? No, I didn't. This is going to be a bust. I mean, not like a bust, you know, like, yeah, not like a classic Roman bust, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get this in. That's interesting. Chuck it. We don't need this. Okay. God, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in, guys. You know that whole thing about age restrictions on toys? Like this one's rated for ages 4 and up. This one's clearly ages 4 to 50. If you're over 50, then just don't even try. Oh my god. That's crazy. Oh, that's cool. The top pops off, and you can see the rockets inside. I mean, I found that out by accident by trying to force the issue with this. Ah, there we go. That got it. Maybe that was my thing. Maybe I needed to pop the top off. And just like that, I get it. I totally get it. I totally understand. I totally understand why Paul's freaking out about these Micro Galaxy Squadron machines. That light's really bright today, isn't it? Oh. But they are very, very cool. I did not believe that you would see the level of detail in a ship this small for the price that I'm seeing here. And I've always loved, look, the guns. You can pose the guns. Yeah, and these things swing too. Look at that. Yeah. Finally, I have an LAAT in my collection. I always wanted to have the Hasbro one. And I even looked very closely at getting the Ultimate Collector Series Lego set. As recently as last month, I was considering it. I had it in a cart. And said, no, that's a couple of Hot Toys figures. Priorities. But for $30 on Amazon, I think that this was... I need to go back and look. I've watched the first few episodes, chapters, we'll say, of that series all over again. And I agree with Paul, by the way. I think that these could use a stand. But, yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that. Okay, so that's open now. That's exciting. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, bugger that. I'm trying not to drop F-bombs these days, but some people make it hard. Yeah, Rey didn't earn her skills. She grew up in an environment where she had to fight all the time. No one would have made that claim if she had been male. I had theories about that. I don't know. I do feel like there was... I feel like the Force has been proven in some ways to be almost a conscious entity. And I felt like the title, The Force Awakens, might have been almost literal at one point, if not... I think that the interpretation is that the Force awakens within Rey. But... I also feel like there's an element to be discussed in that around the same time that the Force was awakening in Rey, it woke in Finn as well, and apparently also woke in all manner of other stormtroopers who we wound up meeting in the final chapter. So something happened there. Something happened there that I think is worth exploring. I would love to see them exploring it in a subsequent film or a subsequent show, whatever. But something clicked. It was like somebody threw a switch, and all of a sudden, all these Force sensitives were showing up on people's radar. So that's worth exploring. Talk about that. If you think what do you think about that? Because I think it's a really cool idea and worth exploring. Good question here from Lane Kramer. Always has good questions. So Terry, for Mando Season 3, are there characters you would like to see made into Hot Toys? Only one for me is Praetorian Guard. I won't be buying a Praetorian Guard figure simply because I won't be able to resist buying 3. And I've set myself limits, but yeah, I would love to see a Praetorian Guard figure. I would love to see what Hot Toys does with that. I would love to see the Beskar troopers, obviously. The leader of the Mandalorians who remained on Mandalore, the Mandalorian pirates, if you will. I would love to see his character show up. I don't find that likely, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I honestly don't know how many that would sell. And of course, I think, who doesn't want to see the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon? I think that probably tops the list. That probably tops the list. I mean, I don't feel the need for like a Jack Black or Lizzo figure, as much as I thought their story was hilarious. But I don't think the Hot Toys figure will ever come down the pipe for that, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm trying to think of Mandalorian characters, and nothing comes to mind. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that, okay, Moff Gideon is number 2 on my list, but my number 1 most coveted character from Hot Toys is Captain Carson Teva. That's it. Done. I'm going to bump Moff Gideon down 1 more and throw in Gareth Aurelius. Yeah, definitely my strong number 2. Let's kill that. Oh my god. Oh god. All that I want is good music. Who made this playlist? Was he live? Okay, I didn't get the notification. I usually get the notifications. I wonder why that is. That's an interesting thing. There's a few really good articles about there about the hero's journey for men and for women. For women, it's always about being recognized for the skills they already possess. Which I think they did a good job of in The Force Awakens, right? I mean, you saw that right out of the gate before she even showed any inkling of force power. Yeah. She'd spent a lifetime developing those skills. And let's face it, I mean, as the Force might very well be, there are people who are stronger with the Force than others. You see this sort of thing not just in Star Wars, but I keep thinking of The Witcher, with the way that the sorcerers do their thing when they're bring all these young women in to teach them how to use magic, and some perform better than others. Some are more natural at it than others. It's just like any other skill. I wasn't really good at baseball, but several of my friends were amazing. Oh, that's fun. That's fun, Liza. Welcome, by the way. I don't think I'd seen your comments yet, but have you really? Okay, that could be cool. You know, it would almost be kind of cool to have one of these things like in the background of a shot, like really work with the depth of field and just have it kind of out of focus so that you couldn't really tell that it was, you know, just using some forced perspective. See what I did there? Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, I know. I remember seeing you did when you did your review on the snowtroopers, the First Order snowtroopers. Yeah, maybe there are a few places around here, but I think that you have to go to. The thing of it is that I really feel like one of the great places to go to around my area, of course, is Target, and I feel like the Target stores here and the Walmart stores here, they've got. The people who work there have this dialed. They really have a system going on where the good stuff never sees the shelf. I've actually considered bringing it up to the Target store management, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean a lot to me. I don't collect the toys that you find in Target very much, so it doesn't really matter to me. Although on general principle, I find that I don't like it. I don't like that practice. I know that my friend Kent, who's frequently in the chats, Kent Poole Collects is his YouTube channel. But he's actually done this. He actually has the app, and he's like, I know you've got this. Someone's hiding in the back. Go find it. I admire him for that. He takes no shit. Like Anthrax. Tell me if you got that reference. Patrick Saint Amour is here. Hello. Yeah, you haven't been on here in a while. Probably because I keep mispronouncing your name. When I say it, it sounds like I'm saying "say no more." It needs to be a t-shirt. Like an Alex Aronowitz bust. Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm really, really behind on the comments if that's all the farther we've gotten. See if it flies. Here we go. No. Okay. I also promise I'll never make that face again. Thank you. Yeah, you caught that, did you? Okay. Touche. Oh, he's doing a 1/12 LAAT? That's fantastic. Take the top hatch off? You mean the one that I already took off accidentally? Or this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because you can see in there, that's where the clone pilot goes. I'll put him in there later. It's a shame that they don't come with 2 clone pilots, but I understand the need. Can you buy figures separately? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm such a neophyte to Micro Galaxy Squadron that I have no idea. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Which Falcon? The UCS Falcon? Really? Oh dear. Or was it the... Oh, okay. No, it's the yeah, Micro Galaxy Squadrons, obviously. All right, I'll look at that later. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm probably not going to get either for the same reason. Yeah, space is at a premium. I have a Lego UCS Slave 1, and it's down in the basement, sitting on a shelf in my basement. Because I just don't have any place to integrate it into the collection. All this over here, the X-Men, is going away. It's going away. I'm going to box it all up, and I'm going to bring out some Star Wars. Yeah, I know I've been talking about it for a while now, but it's getting closer and closer to the time that does that. Now, lots of changes are happening. My divorce is going to move forward sometime in the near future, and I may have to move. I might have to sell this house in order to satisfy legal requirements and whatnot. We'll see where that goes. I don't know. But if so, I'll be moving, and I'll have a whole new live stream studio. Steve Nara is right there on point with it. Wasn't that part of Lucas's unmade sequels, diving into science behind the Force in the midichlorian world? Yeah, maybe so. And we've seen that they've done that. They call it an M count now. Yeah, they didn't want to use the M word all the way through. Yeah, which kind of makes sense. I'm kind of comfortable with the idea of little tiny mitochondrial creatures being the carriers of the Force, if you will. I like it being more of a scientific thing than a spiritual thing. Although there are spiritual qualities to it regardless, but yeah. Maybe, yeah. But again, I think that it all boils down to natural ability. I don't know. Maybe women just have more of a natural connection to something that spiritual. I don't know. It's not my playground. Somebody else will evolve that mythology. Yeah, I think everybody in this chat would probably buy a Carson Tiva hot toy, if I'm not mistaken. I did not on Facebook. I follow him on Facebook, but I haven't seen a Walt Simonson drawing post. Ooh. Oh, the deepfake video has a funny bit about the clone tanks. God, you guys got to go watch it. It just dropped yesterday, but yeah, go check it out. You know, Axe with head sculpt, there are a couple of missed opportunities on the part of Hot Toys, and I don't blame them for the decisions that went into it. I get why they didn't do a head sculpt of Axe. It's the reason why it would have cost an extra $50 to get the Axe Woves head sculpt. And at the time that they made the figure, Axe was such a minor character that they probably considered that not a lot of people would want to spend $285 for an Axe Woves figure. So $235, $225, whatever the hell the price was, would have been more palatable for most collectors. They probably decided they could sell more units without the head sculpt because of the price point than with. So I get it. but now in retrospect, obviously it's too bad. Because let's face it, he's a handsome son of a bitch, and that head sculpt now would have been so amazing to have, Another thing that would have been good to have is on the new, and I think I talked about this last week, is on the new Heavy Mando, the new Paz Vizsla figure, is if they had another gun that was glowing, made out of translucent plastic, all orange and bright. Yeah, that would have won me over. That would have been what made me buy that figure. As it stands, I'm sure that the paint apps are probably going to be improved. They've probably also done a little bit of adjusting to maybe some of the armor bits. I don't know enough about. I haven't taken a close enough look at Paz's armor to know how accurate the first one is. It's probably very much on point. I'm not sure what changes have been made, is what I'm trying to say. But the main change, obviously, is the inclusion of the force field. And it's not enough to push me over the edge. Good for people who didn't get the first one. Good for people who have the means to get both, and the space to get both. But yeah, what would have pushed me over the edge would have been that gun. Everybody likes the idea of Carson Teva figure. I think so. Gina B collecting is so late. Did you guys talk about Hot Toys Carnage? Yeah, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love that figure. Yeah, it was perfect. It was a perfect unboxing experience for me. It just filled me with so much joy. Everything from the materials, the plastic that they used on there's like a body suit that the torso suit over the actual figure body, just feels all gooey and gross. And the tentacles are like a similar thing. They bend really, really well. I just love everything about it so much. The plugs that go into the back that you have to pop out to to put the tentacles in, they're so seamless that I couldn't find them on the one that I have. It's really, 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 really well done. I'm so happy with Hot Toys for what they've done with this. Wow, look at that jump. It's not so bad. Getting close to the time. Okay, I'm gonna start posing here in a minute, but I want to make sure I get through these comments really quick. Oh, I saw that they did that. That's really cool. Yeah, Hot Toys. Hot Topic has a Captain Carson Teva shirt for those of you who are interested and have a Hot Topic nearby. Also available at hottopic.com, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the Force probably, Force recognizing what the hell was going on with Clone Palpatine. Oh no, this asshole again. And just like, it's kind of like what your immune system does when all of a sudden you get an infection that your immune system has developed immunity to it. Your immune system detects the germ within your body and it's like, oh, this asshole again, and it sends all of its forces, all of its antibodies out to take care of things. Yeah, exactly so. All true. Well, I won't say Finn went missing in the second one, but yeah. Thanks, Darth. Thanks. Yeah, it sucks. I'm torn. I don't know what to do here. I'm struggling. But I'm struggling less. Yeah, I really hope that it would work out, but she's made it very clear that she's not interested in it working out, and I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I've already built it. The UCS Slave one, I've already built it. I built it on a video. There's a video on my channel. Well, it's not a video where I build it. It's actually a video where I show the completed build. That's it. And yeah, it's a very cool toy. What do they say is, magic is just science that we don't understand, something like that. Yeah, kind of along those lines. It's one of the things that I like most about the Alien prequel, Prometheus. Thank you. About Prometheus was that it actually took the Christ story and translated into the engineers. Yeah, an engineer came to Earth and they killed him, and the rest of the engineers were going to kill humanity because of it. So that was really interesting. Yeah, I remember that. We'll see how that goes. That's not our sandbox. That's up to somebody else to decide. I didn't get that impression, Laura, that you meant to imply Rey's connection was because she's female. I implied that myself. That was just something that triggered a thought in my head, and it just kind of evolved into what I said. Let's bring on the unboxing. Is that what everybody else feels too? Figure posing channel is here. That seems like the proper time. Okay. Yeah. Well. What do I see in my coffee cup? Not likely. That actually came from that's not an original thought. That actually came from, there was an immunologist who posted a Twitter thread back during the pandemic where he was trying to explain to people exactly how the immune system worked. Obviously, it didn't work. I'm sure that it was in vain. You know, the people who didn't want to believe in the power of what do you call them? Vaccinations. You're not going to change their freaking minds. But, you know, whatever. Didn't want to run out of time. Oh, dude, that's all right. I was actually going to do it anyway. So you're very timely with your thing. Okay, so Desmond Hassan says, "Bye, Carson Teven. You can say it's Appa in cosplay." That could be fun. Love throwing things over my shoulder. God, you guys should try that. It's so empowering. All right, come on. I think that this is where I screwed up. Yeah, this is where I screwed up last week. I had the Apple box on its side, and it just didn't work. It was too low, and I had to make adjustments. And unboxing. Yes, dude. Immunization all the way. I'm actually excited for my next booster. By the way, those boosters haven't hit me at all. I've had like no side effects from COVID boosters. Okay, let's see. What have I got? Oh, where is he? There he is. Ah. Okay, so I kind of jumped the gun here. This came up here too soon. Ta-da! I'm gonna clear those comments. There it is. There's the box. Look at that. Look at that. It's got a little ring. That's how you know. That's how you tell the difference. I should totally bring down the Death Watch Mando figure so we can see just how much this is a repaint of that figure. And that's by design. I mean, that's how they did it. That's just how they did it in the show. So it's not like Hot Toys was like, let's just repaint that Mando figure. No, that was spot on. Look what you can do with this. It shoots out sparks. No, not really. But look how cool that is. So we know that we're going to be able to get some, seriously bring that gun up there. That's exciting. Although, why he would be shooting a Westar 35 in that way? You know, why would you hold your pistol like that? I mean, I guess that you can do it because, I mean, it's not like there's a slide to blow back or anything like that. And, you know, something to be said for stabilization. I think I recall, because I also did the first look for this figure, and I think I recall that that it only comes with the Westar 35. A single Westar 35. He is a true gunslinger. In the purest sense, much like Din Djarin. So here he is in the box. Let's see how many pieces fall out when I try to do this. So let's get that up there. So that's how everything comes to you in the box. You can see that I have not removed the plastic. You got a stand, you got 4 swap out hands, you got jet blast effects for the jetpack, the jetpack itself, and the Westar 35 blaster pistol. Some would call this light on accessories. I call this sufficient with accessories. Oh, wow. TK421 brings up an interesting point. We are currently 50-50 on Bo-Katan. We need more votes, people. Sound off in that poll. Yep. I just want to see Carson Teva getting in his X-Wing and telling his droid, yip yip. From your lips to Filoni's ears, my friend. From your lips to Filoni's ears. Or failing Filoni. Which I hope... Oh, look at that. There's like a little... They put some foam up there at the top to protect the rangefinder. That's cool. Very thoughtful. Very considerate. Thank you, Hot Toys. I love this. Where is... Oh no, I had a knife. There it is. Did y'all see how I like watched myself on the screen flick my... I'm such a poser. In more ways than one. Oh man, I just love doing this. Not taking off tape. Unboxing figures. I'm telling you, man, TK421 is infectious with his enthusiasm. Done and doneer. Done and doneer. Will this one come off without... Oh, look at that! No knife needed. No knife required, my friends. And here he is in all his Mando Beskar glory. And look at that weathering. And the music is very much on point. Very dramatic. Very dramatic. Love that black on the armor. Look how leathery that looks. And the stitching, much like on the Bo-Katan figure, very, very tight. Yeah, again, I think Paul brought it up in one of his... How small does that needle have to be that actually creates that stitching? Yeah, the blues, the grays, the blacks just combine together and they're just so gorgeous. I should at some point get up and walk over and grab Bo-Katan. Excuse me. Grab Bo-Katan, grab Death Watch, grab Heavy. And yeah, I'm with somebody was like, I really feel like we need to just have Heavy be called Heavy from now on. I think that was when, did you guys get to see that Heavy was actually on Paul's show last week? Of course you did. What am I talking about? All right, so what do we want here? Taking requests. Yeah, I wish he came with a knife. That would have been really cool, but you can always pirate the knife from Heavy Infantry Mando. There's the stand. It's got a little plastic cover on it. That's handy. All wrapped in plastic. Not sure what they're protecting with this. Not sure what they're protecting with this. So there's the stand. You have the really slick looking Axe Woves stainless or aluminum nameplate. Love the look of that. Right? I mean, we've all seen these before, but I'm sure that there's a possibility that somebody out there could pop into this who's never seen a Hot Toys figure before. Probably a friend of mine from high school or something. Flight stand. Bendy. Not really bendy, I'm just super strong. Screws into the top. Steve Nara got jokes. Is that what I said? Best car glory? Probably. Probably. I am totally flubbing my lines all the time. Oh yeah, well, is it like this or is it like this though? It is like, is it like that? I'm struggling to remember. Who? I did not. I did not see those people. I saw Filoni again, obviously, because we have to have Trapper Wolf. He's still part of the squadron. Otherwise, people are going to be like, "Hey, did Trapper die?" Okay, I'm thinking blasting off, pistol out, shooting, right? Got to replace the cap at the top. You don't have to, but it's the best way to avoid losing it. All right, so let's go ahead and get this Get my hands out. Okay. Box. Okay, everyone. I'm going to scooch over. I almost bumped Jesse. Jesse's still over here. Yeah. Still looking strong here? Yeah. Let's clear that comment off. And I will try to catch up with your comments before I close out the stream today. I'm really happy with this pose because it looks good no matter the angle. And it's kind of, I want to say, for me, it's kind of generic. I do this pose a lot. I've been doing this pose for a long time. But it does work in that regard. It looks great from any angle, even when you shift it and look at it from above, because you do catch every bit of armor. There's almost no bad angle for this pose. So, yeah. This is a happy little tune. Let's get rid of it. There we go. Okay. Flight stand. Important. Jetpack. Important, but not yet. Figure. Cool. Jet blasts. Also important, but not till later. Blaster. Important sooner than the jetpack. Gun hand. And... fist. Ready to begin. All right. I'm just going to scroll through here really quick. Huh. CT603 brings up something that is typically or eventually on every poser's mind. Eventually, you have to do a complete refresh. Best to do it like one at a time. But, and then by the time you get done with everything weeks later, then it's time to refresh the first one again. Just go down the line, just repose them gradually. If you have a whole weekend, I don't know how many figures you got, but I've got a lot. I have a lot of figures. Not sure if you knew. Most of them are in boxes. Okay, cool. All caught up on chat. Let's go ahead and swap out the hand. How tight are these joints? Calamity. Okay, be right back. Found him. Okay, so as I've talked about plenty of times in the late and lamented How to Be a Poser, hand, it's always best to put, almost always best to put the gun in the hand first, so you don't mess anything up later on down the line. So I'm going to do that. Oh, it's a perfect fit. Yeah. They're always so good. Hot Toys is pretty much always good about making sure that these things fit. Let's go ahead and Axivus Wozivus, Oilers Workshop. I think this is your first time commenting, right? That out of the gate, that's a great first comment, if so. Yeah, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Should I do a membership thing? I've been thinking about it. I'm going to call it the Posing Posse. Let me know what you think. Okay. Fuck. Oh, F-bomb. If this was Paul's channel, we'd all have to drink. That one's tight. Super tight, 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 tight. Oh, God, it's really tight. I might have to hit it with some heat. Man, this is a really, really tight peg. Which is good. I'm not going to drop my hand inadvertently. Get that in there. Oh, it's tight at both ends. There we go. Come on. I win again. Hot fun. I did not have the wrist bag all the way into the hand on this one. Come on. Okay. Sometimes you have to actually put it down in your lap just to get the leverage necessary. I said leverage. That's un-American. There we go. I felt it pop. Boom. Done. All right. Cool. Now, obviously, with a figure like this, you could go basic. Slap the backpack on him. Bring this hand up. And do a bit of a torso twist. Slight cock to the hip. Compensate with that. And, you know, and call it a day. But that's weak. And you've got a flight stand. So let's implement that since we can. Again, this off while we're doing the pose. So I'm going to start by this one. This leg up. Bring that back. Bring this leg up too. Put this down. Twist that torso. Don't break the belt. Bring that down. Bring that up. Point that toe. Torso twist. All right. Jetpack. Wait. Got these. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see here. Spin. Spin. Drop. Gotta go lower. Grip him at the hips. Hip grip. There we go. What I ran into there was the jet blast effects, the jetpack flame effects were colliding with the clamp. So when I had it wrapped around his waist above the belt, so I lowered it down below the belt, which gives us more room to play. Now, yeah, I hate it. So I'm going to jut his head forward just to give myself more room to play, and I'm going to point that hand down just a little bit more. The whole idea is that he's rocketing away from an enemy down below and firing at them while they're still on the ground. Get that arm up a little bit more. How much will this arm go up? I don't remember from the video. Let's extend that more. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's got it. See how that looks from your perspective. Yeah, just notice how the toes are pointed. You got to do that. Yeah. Definitely got to do that. Something is not quite working for me, and I think it's I have the arm out a little bit too far. Line of sight is on point. That's cool. And again, as with all poses that I do on this show, I reserve the right to tweak it after the show's over. Again, I've developed since starting to pose live, I've really developed an appreciation for my compatriot Guy Klender's job on Unsealed and Revealed. It's very, very challenging to keep up with chats, posing, and actually conversing, talking about what you're doing at the same time. So yeah, full props to Guy for being a consummate professional at all times on that show. I kind of want to bring this arm up a little bit more, and yeah. Now just, I wonder if I should crunch him. Yeah, a little bit of a crunch there, doesn't hurt. That's it. That's kind of what was missing. The more joints you can use, the more points of articulation you can use, the better the pose is going to look in the end. And I think I might have been better off when I had the arm further out. There we go. There's my ex-Woves pose, guys. There, you know, this Bitter Troll brings up an interesting point, the pew 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 sounds. Do these guns not have the best sounds of any gun in Star Wars? I can't mimic it. It's really, really cool, the sounds that they make. Now I kind of don't like how off-center that is, so I'm gonna tweak the posable figure stand here. And that also serves to bring him a little bit lower to the ground, make it more likely that he's going to actually fit into a DTOF. So I think that that's a lot better. Yeah, really happy with that. I may not need to tweak it. We'll see. We'll see. Ah, great figure, everybody. Man, if you're on the fence, just do it. It looks really, really good. And that's not me patting myself on the back about the pose. I'm doing that right now. Anyways, I'll leave that up there so for people to ogle while I continue chatting with everybody in here. Let's go ahead and see what I missed here. Joker J says torso twist makes a world of difference when posing. It absolutely does, as do the torso twist crunch combo. Crunch combo. We'll just call it the trunch. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna patent that and make a t-shirt out of it. Somehow. Oh, look at this. Everybody's all about for Mandalore. That's right, baby. That's right. Everybody. Well, not Keith. Obviously not Keith. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more figures and actually showcase how they all look together. And I want to go back up here. Yeah, that's a challenge to be overcome, isn't it? Now I don't think I've ever used the clamp on a Spider-Man figure and taken it off and had the little dents stay there. There's a flexibility with those suits, and they do kind of tend to regain their shape over time. So yeah, just be patient with that and just try that out. I think that works. Best car glory is this. All right, I'm gonna go grab some more figures. You guys talk amongst yourselves. It'll take me like 30 seconds. Be right back. I don't know how many we're going to be able to show off at the same time. I have to make some adjustments in my my setup here. So yeah, just be patient, please, and I will be all set here in a second. Slide this over. Okay. So here we have Axe. Here we have his twin, his armor twin. That being the Deathwatch Mando. And man, I still need to slide this over a little bit more to make room for Bo. So let's do that, and I'll just hide out behind them. The music's taking a turn for the better, am I right? And there's Bo. How's that looking? I just kind of want them on the same plane. I don't want to give a misimpression about size comparisons and whatnot. But that's what I've got, everybody. I'll just leave those up there for a little while. Nice work there, Anthony. Well done. Thank you. 47 people. That's almost a record for this show. Is that all it takes to be a pirate? Keith Lee is down for the posing posse. We'll see. We'll see. That's an interesting idea, Joker. Thank you for that. Everybody pay attention. +5 Roy Kent reference. Thank you very much. Never leave a Roy Kent reference untouched. I just feel like I could probably have him displayed a little bit better. But you can see how close those two armors are. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. I don't think there's any difference at all. Even the dent is the same in this pauldron. Pauldron, sorry. That is not a pauldron. That is a quiz. This week on Terry's Toy Poisoning Tips, be sure to coat your hands with Crisco for maximum accessory droppage. That's one of those secrets that I didn't want to get out, Jen, but thank you. Basement posers. Closet posers. Oh God, we got football fans in the chats. I don't have this kind of patience after my initial unboxing. I'm like, it's on the shelf and it's not awful. Good enough. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm just like, there. Can y'all see me now? How's that? Not too creepy? Anyway. Thanks, dude. A vibro blade of some sort. Yeah, I totally agree. I almost brought out heavy. You know what? Screw it. While we're here, I don't know if there's room for him on the Apple box, but I'm going to go get heavy. There is definitely not room for heavy on the Apple box. So I'm going to take Death Watch away. My desk is really crowded, guys. Really crowded. So what I've done with my heavy is I have him stepping off the base. Like so. Not Pez! No! There we go. All right. Yep. Who had a heart attack with that one? Who had a heart attack with that one? Dang. Okay. I almost did. I'm on this medication now that when combined with things like caffeine, legitimately will result in increased reflexes. So I'm grateful for drugs of all varieties right now. Oh, people are liking the post. That's good. Oh, that's a cool one, dude. That's a great one. I actually had an opportunity to take one of those home with me when I left full-time employment with Sideshow, and I didn't take it. Just because I knew there would be no room. Man, I was taking a lot of stuff home anyway. Brandy Wood says I'm totally going to tweak the figure. She's probably right. Yeah, that's really going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to happen. I probably won't get it. Oh, we got even more for Mandalore. Cries for Mandalore. For Dumbledore. Oilers, I'm serious, man. You got to keep coming back. You're making me laugh out loud. Thank you. I really thought he was going to do something really evil there. And you know what? So did the guy who they left in charge of the ship. The guy that went out, he was like, go! He just looked back at him like, I really thought he was suspicious, but, yeah, so did Keith. Yeah, but, I don't know, maybe he was looking back on him with admiration. I don't know. But he did a great thing. I mean, that's some heroic shit. Yes, same. Yes, you may have that Death Watch pose. All my poses are like open source. I don't know. they're free. They're totally free. Yeah. And it should always be that way. We should always be borrowing off of each other. Yeah, I love the color palette too, David. And that's exactly why I wanted to bring all these guys in, because it's just, I mean, obviously you have slightly different, because Paz's, oh, that's not Paz. Paz's palette is more like a hodgepodge. I mean, it's obvious that the Mandos in the Children of the Watch have been basically just cobbling their armor together from whatever they could find, whatever they could salvage off of fallen enemies, perhaps. I don't know. Thank you, Joker. I really worked hard at it. I'm not even joking. I'm a big admirer of Katie Sackhoff. I love the physicality that she brings to the table. She really works her hips when she's in action, and I wanted that to come across. Yeah. If somebody wants to send me a DeLorean, I'm more than happy to try to get Mandalorians in a DeLorean. Asian bunch of posers is good, then our nickname can be the Bad Bunch. That's fun. Thanks, Luis. Thank you. Add Heavy and Casca and Animated Boba, and it's a Super Blue crew. It's very true. I do have an Animated Boba, but it's in a box. I love this, and that's actually what the shelf above my TV looks like. It's all Mandalorians all the time. Did you watch out? I actually saw it happening on the monitor, and had to reach out and catch him as it was happening. So yeah, I caught it at the same time you did. I'm sure he would have been fine. These things are tough, and I have a rug, so it's not like he would have hit, hardwood. It is very 70s, isn't it? That's interesting. Maybe. Whatever it is, it works. I love the blue color palette. Laura's got to go. I kind of like this. I kind of like not having my face fully on screen, just having some figures on the screen and just talking about the figures. In fact, I think this is how we're going to wrap up. I'm not done with the stream yet, so nobody panic. I've got like 15 minutes before I really want to call it quits. But yeah, I think that we'll go out this way. Oh, is he coming to Montreal Comic-Con? Brandy Woods, did you know that? I'm sensing a meetup in the making. What are the chances Gideon survived? I would say slim to none. Did he have his helmet on? Yeah, he did have his helmet on. Depends. I don't think so, though. I can't imagine he would. If you go back and watch it again, it looked like he was incinerated. You can almost see him coming apart when those flames hit him. And I think that was by design. If he fell, it's just life imitating art. That's too soon. Too soon, Steve. Yeah, when is the Montreal Con? That's a very good question. Wow, I've done it. Right? There's actually, they actually have this in some of the instructions. There's actually an illustration of dropping a figure on your foot and the stick figure being like, ah! Yeah. July 14th through 16th. Well, looks like I'd better get busy on getting a passport renewed. Should probably grab the armor. What do you think? Is there room? I think there's room. Making room for armorer. Hold on. There we go. Now we've got the set. I don't remember that at all, Brandy Woods. I'm not calling you a liar. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's quite the foil, isn't it? I mean, you can really use that clone thing for anything. Man, I guess you guys are probably pretty content not having to look at my face. There's a screen grab. Creepy. Okay, well I think that's pretty much it, everybody. I mean, unless there was something else I've neglected to talk about. Brandy Woodsbury, yeah, the armor is really, really badass. You know, they made changes to that helmet. It did have this totally bronze look going for it in the first season, but they've since evolved it. Like these raised ridges right here now have more of a copper-esque sort of vibe. And depending on what the scene is, they use different I'm just gonna say, yeah, Din is definitely missing Keith, but I'm legitimately maxed out on room in this Apple box, and I feel like I'm pushing my luck walking away from Paz here. But yeah, getting back to armor being badass, you can see in some shots she still has this almost matte look to the metal on her helmet, but in other shots like the close-ups, it's got a really glossy finish to it with all those copper elements really contrasting with the bronze, and I like that a lot. I feel like that's enough that would push me over the edge to buy another Armorer figure if Hot Toys saw to release it, an Armorer with a jetpack and with that updated helmet that's more reflective, literally, but also more reflective of seasons 2 and 3. So yeah, I don't know how the Armorer is selling. I don't know. I know that there was a lot of negative feedback about the single jointed elbows. That I don't share that opinion. I think that it's perfectly fine the way that it is. Look at how this is posed. You don't need any other Armorer pose than this one right here. This really says it all. It's a very succinct interpretation of the character that just harkens to that scene after she just kicked the crap out of all those stormtroopers. Dig this figure so very much. Armor, I never believed for a moment she was a traitor. That's true loyalty there, Holly West. Because I considered it. I did consider it. I still don't have the new one. It's true. Don't judge me. I skipped over it. It was actually on the batting order before Axe, even, I think. And yeah, I think right after Bo-Katan. I will tell you guys that next week, tune in next week, because I'm finally getting my my Ahsoka Tano with Grogu set. That's coming in. It should be here on, I think Monday. No, Wednesday, because it shipped out yesterday. So it's on the way. That'll be something you guys can look forward to if you have time to show up and hang out with me next Saturday morning. Oh, is that right? EFX is making the Armorer helmet? Which version? Yeah, Oilers gets it. See? It's like with all things in 6 scale. Decisions have to be made. I'm just going to move a couple figures out of the way here. Let's go Rookcast, not Rookcast. Out of the way. And let's not tempt fate anymore with oh, that's fine. There's a gap. There's a window. I've got a window. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The thing about 6 scale collecting is that when people are manufacturing, when Hot Toys, Sideshow, whomever is manufacturing 6 scale figures, decisions have to be made, and you have to find a balance between making the figure look as realistic as possible and achieving the desired amount of range of motion. And sometimes things get in the way of that range of motion, whether it's actually maintaining that illusion of it being not a 6 scale figure, but the actual character downscaled into a smaller size that will fit onto your shelf, or the costume elements. In the case of Bo-Katan, this really snug fitting suit kind of mandated that you not have a double joint, because those double joints do that crazy thing where they just bend outward, and it would have created, I guarantee it would have created enough stress on that costume that it would have ripped out the costume. They made the right call. And I trust Hot Toys to always make the right call, and we as 6 scale collectors, it's up to us to just make the best out of what we're given. And yeah, that's just something that I came to terms with a long time ago, and I guess that's why it's so easy for me to just accept when that happens, you know? I'm okay with 11 Dins as long as half come with Pedro Pascal head sculpt. I watched the Unbearable Burden of Massive Talent a night or two ago. It's a good flick. Good flick. Fun. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, see, you understand. Yeah, it definitely would have pulled the fabric too hard. This is a very fitted costume. There's no room for that kind of thing. And as you can see, I mean, not to toot my own horn any more than I already have today, but you can legitimately get some very Bo-Katan-esque poses out of this. Anyway, so I think 2 hours is long enough. And we're almost at 2 hours. So I think I'm going to go ahead and part ways with you guys for the week. I hope you all have a great weekend. They do like to complain. Some people, it just makes them apparently really provides them with the illusion of happiness. I can't imagine that complaining could legitimately make somebody happy, but I don't know. All right, I'm dead tired. See, everybody's already bowing out. I'm kind of there myself. And like I said, I have a full schedule today. I've got to be on the road before too much longer. Stephen Rose is asking how I display my figures. It's a combination of things. I have some floating shelves that I display some figures on. There's one in there. There's a couple in the studio. There's a couple in the bedroom. And I also have a couple of detofs that flank my let me see if I've still got that photo. Yeah. There's a couple of detofs that flank my desk. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up. So that's kind of, it's a few weeks old. My setup looks different now. There's an Ahsoka Tano premium format in there somewhere and a few other 6-scale figures, but and it's much more cluttered now. But that's kind of the gist of it. But that's all the detofs that I have for now. I think more are going to go over here soon. We'll see. But you guys have a great weekend. Have a good week. I hope some awesome geeky stuff happens. It's going to be a very, very big hole that needs to be filled by the lack of new Mando. But I'm sure that we'll all find some stuff to replace it. I know I will. So you all take care. And until next time, be good to your plastic. Bye.